When I started learning music 7 years ago, I was obsessed with the possibilities. Chord progressions, sound design, all that juicy creativity. But the more I learned, the more insecure I got. I started holding back, second guessing every idea. Why? Because I was scared someone smarter than me would hear my track and say, "Huh, this clown didn't even follow the sacred 1-2-69 progression in G double sharp mix of fucking mode." And that fear, it stuck with me for years. Until I realized I was not bad at music, I was just believing some total bullshit. Which brings us to myth number 1. Music theory is a strict set of rules. Nope, wrong. Music theory is not some strict rulebook. It's just a guide that helps you create feelings you want in your music faster and more consciously. And that's it. If it sounds good, it is good, period. Some people make noisy, chaotic, borderline broken tracks and they hit you right in the chest. Others follow every rule in the book and their music has the emotional depth of the tax return. And beginners? You're out here making weird stuff, breaking things, figuring it out, and that's growth, and that's art. Even if you're clueless, your music still says something real. Which brings us to the myth number 2. You have to learn theory before you write music. That's like saying you need to study calculus before measuring ingredients while cooking. You don't need a Berkeley degree to sit down and make something cool. You just need ears, curiosity, and the guts to hit record. Make stuff now and theory can help you later to understand what you did, fix what didn't work, and level it up. But waiting until you know enough is just procrastination. Which brings us to myth number 3. If you break the rules, your song will sound wrong. Nah, it might sound weird, unexpected, even straight up ugly, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's doing something different. Breaking the rules is literally how every genre you love was born. Do you think Tony Iommi invented metal by playing it safe? Nah. He tossed the theory books in the trash, lit them on fire, and built the iconic Black Sabbath riff around a fucking tritone. This riff is not textbook.
They were just coming out and it was almost like a magical force pushing these things out that we didn't understand.
It's evil, it's wrong, and it changed music forever. Great music breaks expectations on purpose. Disclaimer, to break the rules well, you should at least kind of know them. And that leads us to the worst myth I have ever heard. Music theory kills creativity. For some reason, people fear that if they learn the rules, they will become robots that can just create generic stuff. That's like saying learning grammar will kill your ability to write poetry. This statement is just ridiculous. If anything, the opposite is true. Learning new ways to express your emotions using music will make you 10 times better artist. Which brings us to myth number 5. Music theory is only for classical musicians. And that is a classic myth. If you're a classical musician, then you need some seriously deep theory knowledge. I'm fortunately not a classical musician, so I don't know that much. But that doesn't mean that theory is not useful for anyone else. If you're making pop, hip-hop, EDM, or some better music like rock and metal, theory is your secret weapon. It allows you to know why and how stuff works, so you can get your ideas out faster, fix problems quicker, and experiment smarter. So don't write theory off because you are not joining a string quartet. At the end of the day, music theory is just a tool, and that's not a myth, by the way, that's the truth. You don't owe it your soul. You don't need to worship it. Just use what helps and forget the rest. Make music and make music theory your bitch. Drop the weirdest or dumbest myth you've ever heard about music theory down in the comments. And if you like that kind of content, hit that subscribe button for NoiseForge. And I'll see you in the next one.